right, well, good afternoon and welcome back here. Taking you out to current temperatures right now, holding on to 30s and some 40s. It's a little bit chilly out there because the winds have picked up somewhat, and so there's a slight wind chill in the forecast despite having temperatures in the 40s. We're also looking at, again, what it feels like over in Eau Claire, 30 degrees there. It feels like it's 34 in Sparta, 33 it feels like on your skin going into areas right by La Crosse. Taking it down to the south, 34 for Prairie du Chien. Outside, it looks really nice. It's calming. We're also seeing increasing clouds taking us to cloudy skies today. Roadways are looking very good right now, but as we go in the next few hours, it's going to change significantly with rainfall mostly along here along I-94 and of course getting towards Eau Claire and on Alaska. You're going to be seeing this conditions to change here. Look at that. Clouds are slowly changing as well. You're looking at the Eau Claire camera here going by pretty briskly there. This evening we have a weather alert day that is in play as we finish out this afternoon. But the thing is, travel impacts come in for the evening hours. We're talking snow and winds possibly up to 30 to 35 miles per hour, plus picking up over to at least 39 miles per hour for tomorrow. This is all going to be north of I-90 for the snow. Rainfall comes in. It's going to come up from the south working across the Mississippi River. We've got winter storm warnings in play. We've got this as well, as I showed you before, the winter weather advisory. So it's going to be a wintry type of feel for your forecast. Now, rainfall right now is starting to work through Minnesota. It's heading towards the Twin Cities. By the next half hour or so, it's in the Twin Cities. Also heading closer to down by Prairie du Chien right now, coming across Mason City. It's got about another hour or two before it reaches there. We're getting into current temperatures as we get into it here by 30s and 30s to near 40s there, the 40s down to the south. We take it into the 2 o'clock hour. Rainfall is showing that it's going to cross the Mississippi with the light stuff. Then eventually, once we get into at least the 5 o'clock hour or so, heading to 6 o'clock, we've got rain and snow mix working from Eau Claire straight back down all the way to Prairie du Chien. Now, this will continue as we go right into at least the 7 o'clock hour, where all of that rainfall you just saw turns to snow. Most of that starts to creep up northward towards the Chippewa Valley. We're also seeing it. Eau Claire gets in that. We'll see that continue to lift up, turning to more snow as snow winds out the forecast here and takes over pretty much all the areas up along the northern tier of this state. Once we take a look at the 11 o'clock hour, you'll look down. We still have that mix of rain and snow coming from Mankato all the way down to Preston, back over to La Crosse, getting to Sparta, Vokefield, and extending out to Wisconsin Dells and out to the lake. We see that going back down to the south as well for Decorah. And of course, we've got some rainfall with light to moderate rainfall going into areas or coming up from areas as we go into Prairie du Chien. You see it over there by Mankato as well. This light to moderate rainfall with the winds that are picking up could get lifted. We could see this enhance. We could possibly get some thunderstorm activity out of this as it continues into the forecast with maybe even some heavier rainfall associated with that. We take it into the 6 o'clock hour going into just before sunrise. We've got that mix of rain and snow still between Ladysmith and Eau Claire. Light to moderate showers still pushing in. They continue to brush out once they get into the 9 o'clock hour, finishing your morning commute. Still a little bit wet and slushy because there could be some ice and glaze associated with that as well. They'll continue to go into 11 o'clock hour where it's pretty much rainfall, winds out. Everything starts to move northward, and of course it all breaks down. We've got ourselves some drier conditions leading into at least the 5 o'clock hour going into your evening. All right, so as this finishes out, we go into how this all plays out. We're going to be seeing some rain associated with that as well. You're going to be holding on to some snow. You're looking at least maybe a trace to about 7 inches of snow. Rainfall is going to be at least maybe 1/4 of an inch up to about 1.75, depending on how strong those storms come in. And then we'll see more of this coming in. This is a 2-day total, by the way. Ice, maybe 1/10 of an inch, possibly mostly along I-90. We're looking at temperatures from 47 to 66 degrees, drier conditions.
Yeah, a little bit to get through, and then drier conditions on the way, and some sun.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to that.
Don't forget to vote.